feel like this happens to a lot of people, not only as a founder, but lots of people in their day-to-day lives, right? Where they are getting stressed about something they haven't seen before. It gives them anxiety. Then they play it out in their head of like, even, maybe a simple example for a lot of people would be for people who don't fly very often, they get on an airplane and they're really scared and have a lot of anxiety about it because like this plane could crash and I have no control. But that happens all the time for lots of people. So like, how do you get good at dealing with these unknown situations and handling that stress?
Yeah. So the first thing, one of the things that I like as a frame is if it's the first time you're handling it, this time is going to cost you more time, energy, and effort than any future time that it will ever occur. It's only ever going to go down from there, for the most part, unless the situation changes drastically or the stakes change drastically or something else. But like that set of conditions is a different set of conditions. But like, yeah, the first time is going to take the most, but like, let's just back up for a second. The energy that it requires to walk takes the most for someone who is unable to walk, usually a child. And so they do a lot of falling and a lot of holding on to things and a lot of, going up and down and it's the process of building the muscles. Our whole system, our entire biology and neurology, like our brain cells and our nervous system, they're all designed to help make that easier over time. There's a reason that most grown-ups who have learned to walk and walk now don't need to think about walking. They just need to think about where they want to go. And the walking occurs. It's because recognizing that, number one, if I'm stressed out, the first thing I need to understand is that if this is a new or novel situation, it's probably going to take the most energy that it possibly would, my entire career or life. And I find that actually to be really a big relief because I'm never going to have it as hard as I do right now. And also and it frames, it will require a lot more energy from me, and I will probably get not the best result. Then like the energy to result ratio is only going to get better from here. And so like the result might end up being fine. I might end up spending a ton of energy or time on it. The result might even be great, and next time, having done this before, it's going to get easier and the result is probably also going to be a little bit better because that's typically at least the direction things go. And so that framing itself makes it okay to have that experience. Do you know what I mean? It's like sometimes we're freaking out because we're thinking I'm not supposed to be having this experience. It's like, no, my body and my system's trying to tell me, like my brain's trying to clue me in like, oh no, you need to gear up because it's going to take a bunch of energy. And the result is like a little bit uncertain and it might take more energy to get a better result or to help ensure we don't get, a terrible result. And I think, oh, that's great. Congratulations. Our brain is trying to get us and our head wrapped around what the reality is and how much effort we're going to need to put into it. Fantastic. Awesome. The second thing is pressure and stress. Usually what they're doing in our bodies physiologically is they're trying to prepare and expand our body and our brain's ability to process and handle and address what needs to be addressed. My view of it is if we see it that way, we can kind of open our arms and say, thank you. Like, thank goodness that my body's doing this. Right. And you'd kind of noted this, that some people's brains will start to kind of cycle on all the terrible things that could occur or what might happen or all this stuff. And what I like to do is say, I understand my brain is what it's trying to do is get me to be aware of and prepare for the things that could happen so that I'm ready for them. So like, rather than just letting the process run, I would prefer to be intentional about where to point that process. So let's get really tactical about it or practical about it. What is the worst case scenario? What's the likelihood that scenario comes up? What are the set of things that are worth preparing that my system tells me that I would feel comfortable and I wouldn't feel comfortable if I didn't prepare, that I want to be ready for those things. Great. That is my system telling me this is a place that's worth putting my energy. Great. And however much that is, let me just allocate that. Like it's all very logical in my head, like in my world. The pressure and the stress themselves, or even the feeling of worry and even the cycling thoughts, they're all just trying to point us at something. Emotions are really logical. They're just data.